Good morning. I'm waking up. It's about a little past 7:30. Leaving Carrión, Spain. This is like a slightly larger town. Look at that. It's a slightly larger town, but not as big as Burgos. Yeah, so every day you wake up and you leave wherever you stayed, and some cities and towns are like literally just like a few streets and hardly anything. And then sometimes you get to little more established towns like this. I really liked this place. I was a little nervous because I was tired, and yesterday it was a holiday, so everything was closed, and I wanted a really good night's sleep because the night before I didn't sleep that well. So I was like meditating on good sleep, and I got to this place and it was like, I don't know, I just feel like the way really does, for some reason I'm just really trusting this path. It seems like it really does give you what you need. And if you can, and I remember getting to this room last night and being like, oh, I want a private, but something that I just kept feeling drawn to this place. And it was like a little hostel run by sisters. And I got there and I just immediately felt the energy. So I was like, okay, this is good. And then we got into the room and there was only two of us. And the girl, though, immediately was like, well, I snore. And I'm like, oh, man. It's like, okay. But some reason I still was like, well, I still want to be here. I was like, maybe the snoring, since it's always around me, I need to learn, how can I see it in a different way? How can I maybe see it as music while I sleep, or learn to drop more into my being when I sleep and not be as affected by my external environment, and just adapt to whatever's before me. So I tried to approach it that way and go with the flow. And then I met a couple that was looking to have dinner because none of the shops were open, like I think I said that. And he was like, table for three, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I had dinner with a girl from Germany and a guy from the UK who were traveling together, which was amazing. And we talked about how unique this path is, that you get to like establish relationships and connections that you wouldn't, it'd be more unlikely on another journey, but like here, that is what the Camino really brings, you know, and allows for. And so it's really special. And anyway, after all that, the girl was like, well, maybe we should be like water and go with the flow, you know, and she was reminding me how to do that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do, just because resistance and blocking things just creates more, it just makes it more difficult. So yeah, trying to find everything that's like for you and learning how to go to be like water, she said, you know. So with all that being said, I had a really good night's sleep. Actually, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 more people in the room, but it was still a small room for what some albergues have, and it was really spacious. It wasn't bunk beds, it was single beds. And I slept really good because I was tired and I set my mind to that and I wanted that, and then I just let myself drop in. So feeling rested today. So I wanted to share and let you see what a morning like on the Camino is. And yeah, got a little bit of a long stretch. We're in the Meseta, which is kind of like Nebraska, so I feel right at home. But people describe this as the mind portion because it's flat. There's not a lot of variety, so you really are just with yourself, your steps, and your mind for like miles at a time. Right now we have 17 kilometers till the next town. That's the longest stretch that we've had without towns in between. So new experience today, and I wanted to start early before it got hot. But I'll keep you posted, sending so much love. If you're feeling the pull of the Camino, I would totally recommend it. If you're feeling the pull of anything in your life, I would totally recommend it. Another quick story I was having with, he was from Hungary, and he was learning how to, we were talking about learning to drop from our mind to our heart, and he was having to let go. He was wanting a change in his career, and he had built his identity up. He didn't know who he was without this over 20-year career he had, but he knew he wanted to change. And I remembered that the heart is the first thing to develop in the embryo. And so it's like the heart knows before the mind. The heart knows how to live. It has an impulse before the brain or the mind has a vision. So if we can learn to just in practice listening to that impulse first and trusting that and knowing that from there, vision comes. So that's what I'm practicing. I'm learning and asking how to cultivate my life or create my life, structure my life in order to honor that and follow that heart impulse. More than before, I have to have a clear vision. It's like follow that, because when you follow that, the vision comes. So wisdom from the Camino, practicing from the Camino, sending so much love. Have a beautiful day, and I hope you, just feel alive today. See if you're tired. I was tired yesterday. Look around and see like just little bits of beauty. Look at these Spanish poppies. I love them. And like butterflies and just things that can help you be like, okay, it's all good. Even though I'm tired, the world's still going around in harmony, and there's beauty to be seen and shared. Love you. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you again soon.